мною принято решение о проведении специальной военной операции. Ее цель – защита людей, которые на протяжении 8 лет подвергаются издевательствам, геноциду со стороны киевского режима. И для этого мы будем стремиться к демилитаризации и денацификации Украины.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Jazz Gonzo here. Another What's Next. Well, in my last video, within the first 3 months of taking office, has hurt energy production, nuclear, coal, and of course, natural gas, and of course, the killing of the Keystone Pipeline. But now we get into a little bit more serious, and this is the invasion of Ukraine by one Vladimir Putin. Let's take a look. This comes out of Breitbart. Putin announces special military operation for de-militarization and de-nazification of Ukraine. Interesting. Russian President Vladimir Putin declared war on Ukraine in a surprise television announcement at roughly 6 a.m. Moscow time, 10 p.m. Eastern. The Russian dictator described the unprovoked attack as a, quote, special military operation for demilitarization and denazification of Ukraine. Quote, I've made a decision to conduct a special military operation, Putin said. Our analysis has concluded that our confrontation with these forces was inevitable. Quote, this is a red line that I've spoken many times, and they've crossed it. Accusing the Ukrainians of, quote, genocide for attacking 2 new independent republics he unilaterally conjured into existence on Monday. Wow. Russia cannot feel safe, develop, or exist with a constant threat emanating from the territory of modern Ukraine. Really? As big as you are, Russia? You're worried about a country the size of Rhode Island? Okay. Putin bizarrely claimed that Russia's plans do not include occupation of Ukrainian territory. Quote, and we are not going to impose anything on anyone by force. Even as Russia launched missile attacks at targets across Ukraine, including its capital city of Kiev. Quote, a couple of words for those who would be tempted to intervene. Russia will respond immediately, and you will have consequences that you have never had before in your history. Wow. Wow. Those are China words. Quote, as for the military sphere, modern Russia, even after the collapse of the USSR and the loss of significant power of its nuclear potential, is today one of the most powerful nuclear powers. And moreover, it has certain advantages in a number of latest types of weapons. In this regard, no one should have any doubt that a direct attack on Russia will lead to defeat and dire consequences for a potential aggressor, he said, making it clear that he was threatening nuclear retaliation against the U.S. and NATO if they interfere with his attack on Ukraine. Wow. Quote, and all of responsibility for bloodshed will be on the conscience of the ruling regime of Ukraine, Putin insisted, calling on Ukrainian forces to surrender. Quote, I urge you to immediately lay down your weapons and go home. All servicemen of the Ukrainian army who fulfill this demand will be able to freely leave their combat zone and return to their families. Various observers have noted that Putin's delivered these remarks while wearing what appeared to be the same suit and tie he wore on Monday night when he delivered a long, delirious tirade against the legitimacy of Ukraine as an independent nation. There is some evidence that Putin's announcement, televised on Wednesday night, was actually recorded in advance. Interesting. My thoughts. From what I've seen this morning on my feed, and also I was watching Tucker this morning, yeah, shit's getting real. Shit is getting real over there. Now, in my last video, Trump said this would have never happened had I been president. Remember the 4 years under Trump? Putin never made an attempt on Ukraine. Not that we know of. He never made an attempt. Under Trump, Trump kept him at bay. Why? Because Putin took Trump serious. When you have a weak, dementia-riddled old man in the White House as Biden, and of course surrounded by incompetents and goons, Putin laughed. The second Biden became official and was installed as president, Putin laughed. He did a Chappelle. Gotcha, bitch. And that's exactly what he has done with Ukraine. The second he became president, he put in the plans, yeah, I'm going to do some invading. And there's not a damn thing that the U.S. can do about it. Because look who you have as leadership. You have weak leadership. You don't have anybody strong enough to stand up against me. That's what's going on in his head. And he's right. He's right. Putin looks like, you guys jump all over me. When he said in an interview last year, you guys jump all over me, but and complain that I kill or that I imprison people. But then you look at the situation January 6th where you had a bunch of people breaking in led by Chewbacca, and you guys are, jumping up and down. You killed Ashley Babbitt. You guys are jumping up and down like, oh my gosh, this is the worst thing since 9/11. But you jump all over me? Yeah. But, wow. And again, like I said in my last video, things are getting a lot worse before we see any kind of light, especially in this tunnel, because Putin's no joke. He's still KGB through and through. He's no joke. But it's weird that some of his comments in regarding Ukraine, that Ukraine is hampering or preventing or using those words, those types of words. Really? Like I said, Ukraine, it's like getting invaded by Rhode Island. I mean, no. But you have innocent people in Ukraine. They're being told to either, they're told to fled, or, their servicemen are basically told to stand down, the Ukrainian army. Lord forbid that this gets any crazier than it's beginning to, because you have a lot of innocent people who are going to get hurt. I don't want U.S. forces being brought in. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Not one American boot on the ground. Not one. Now, when you talk about sanctions, Russia's been able to, to sidestep, to do their little dodge in regards to sanctions over the years. How's this going to be any different? The Chi-Coms, they're looking at this and they're laughing their asses off too. Because they're like, well, Russia's going into Ukraine. What's going to stop us from invading Taiwan? And with that being said, I'm Jasper Gonzo. This is What's Next. Want to see more just like this? Please leave a comment below, like it, share it, subscribe to it. And we'll catch you guys next time. Peace.